Every month, we pick one lucky commenter and subscriber from all of our unboxings, and they win a £100 OnTableTop gift card. And remember to click that little bell, because that really helps us out.
Hi everybody, it's Justin from OnTableTop. I'm joined by John, and today we're having a look at the Israelis for Team Yankee. So this is for the new Oil War expansion, yeah?
This is, yeah, and it's probably the most important box set out of the entire Oil War release.
Really?
Because it's bringing all you Israeli players that played like 6 Day War or Fate of a Nation.
Yeah.
Now, with this box set and the resultant book and stuff like that, brings all this stuff into Team Yankee and gives you finally, your favorite tank.
Merkava!
Yes.
Well, actually, it's a mark earlier than my favorite tank. I like Merkava 3, this is a Merkava 2.
2 and 3 look so similar you won't really notice.
I know.
4 is the one that looks like a spacecraft.
I know.
Which is amazing.
Honestly, it's one of my #1 ranked tanks in the world.
Yeah.
Just because, look at it.
It's a beast. I have had the privilege of seeing one up close.
Oh, where?
It was in France. And it was just like walking around a corner and I was like looking at a Char B. And I was like, that's cool, that's a Char B. I've not seen one of those up close before. Oh, I didn't realize how friggin' wide and tall these things are. They are monsters.
So hang on, does this require that meme of the guy walking with his girlfriend looking back over his shoulder?
Yes.
You know, the girlfriend for you is Char B and then Merkava is...
Oh, no. The girlfriend for me is a T-55. Everyone will know this by now. And I'm looking over my shoulder at the Merkava going...
Okay, so this is Kahalani's?
Kahalani's.
Kahalani?
Kahalani's warriors. Kahalani was one of the tank aces during the
6 Day War?
The big fight in the Golan Heights, the Yom Kippur War.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's some interesting documentaries on those wars on YouTube that you should watch.
Yep, and after the 6 Day War, Kahalani went on to be like one of the big generals of the armoured force, or in the IDF. He was very high up in the IDF.
Well, crack it open, let's get a look.
Okay.
There's some nice things in here. Okay, so we get our Team Yankee rulebook.
Yep.
It's always handy. We get our instructions. You only have 2 things to build here. Now, this is something that's interesting about this particular one. So for the Merkava, you can build the 1 or the 2 from this kit.
That's right,
and it gives you the option. So I'm guessing we'll probably see the cards for the 1 and the 2 in here, depending on what you want to build.
Yes.
You're also building a Viper helicopter. Now, it is just a Cobra by another name, isn't it?
More or less. I think that possibly the weapon loadouts are a little different.
Yeah, now this was something I noticed. So here it's showing the tool missiles. It's got 4 thereof. So I built it to this. Then I looked at the box and it shows only 2 tool missiles on it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, is it just a slightly different mark?
It could be just whatever loadouts they were able to put on them, whatever they had available.
All right, well, let's have a look at the Viper sprue, because it is pretty much identical.
It is identical.
It is identical to the Cobra sprue. So you've got your 2 pieces of your main body, you've got some rocket pods, big minigun, little minigun, 2 missiles, you've got a couple of fuel pods, you've got small machine gun or something?
Probably,
or a small laser sight or something?
Could be.
Little cowling, you've got the top cowling for your canopy, you've got your skids, little winglets, rocket pods galore. Super simple.
Yep, and your rotor blade sprue as well.
Yes, rotor blade sprue is important. Yoink. So on this, all you're really worried about is the 2 main blades and the shorter coupling to actually attach it. You've got a longer one and this little counterweighted thing and your rotor. I'm guessing these 2 components are probably for a completely different bit of kit.
Possibly, yeah.
You've then also got some of your magnets to actually glue your rotors and stuff in place. We also get our flight stand. So we get, now one thing that I find quite interesting, whenever we had Freddie over a little while back, he actually had his loaded out on the super tall one. So you've got the option to make it super tall flying or nice and low flying.
Yep.
I don't know, I kind of like the low one.
I agree. Especially with attack helicopters, they feel like they should be a bit lower to the ground.
Right, give me Merkava.
So.
Okay, so sprue number 1, we've got our track sections, we've got armor for the turret, we've got side skirts, we've got rear of the hull, and we've got the rear basket. I believe that's for the Mark 1 Merkava.
Are you sure? I think it's
quite
2.
sure. No, because the 2 is for these armored plates.
Okay.
And they've got these little bits at the bottom here.
Yep. A ball and chain.
Yes. Next, we have top of the hull, bottom of the hull, top of the turret, bottom of the turret. The Mark II back piece, and then these are the sides for the Mark 1. So you can see they're a little bit smaller.
Yep.
You've also got your main gun hiding in here somewhere, just here.
Yep.
And now, one thing I found very strange is you actually mount a machine gun on that point.
Yeah.
We've then got the 3 machine guns that are on it, extra bit of armor plate for the 2, and a couple of little jerry cans.
Now,
Nice and handy.
the machine guns, the model does need all 3 of them, because there's one for the commander, one for the loader, and one, as you say, the .50 mounts on the top of the gun mantlet.
Well, if you give me the built version that we've done here, I will say I built this myself, and I enjoyed it. It comes off the sprue great, everything goes together great. Such a fun little kit to work on.
It's a beast of a machine.
Look at it. It's got that low, mean profile. As soon as you look at the front of that, it just looks angry. And then the way it works in the desert, you use the berms.
Yeah.
Where across maybe, say, 1,000, 2,000 yards is maybe a 5 meter height difference.
Yeah.
And they're at the top of that shooting down into someone. Wow.
So all you're seeing is that the top of that very narrow fronted turret, which is really interesting.
Exactly. And then you can see I've built this as a 2, so it's got the armoured pieces here, and then the ball and chain on here, and everything still moves really nice.
Yep.
And then the 3 machine guns, I still find the 3 machine guns really strange.
Well,
do you need that many machine guns?
Yes. You absolutely do, particularly in how the IDF fight. Because the IDF will frequently find themselves going from terrain differences from open, flat, nothing, to canyons, to built up areas.
I see.
So here's a good thought for everybody that argues what is the best tank in the world. You can't look at it as what the best tank in the world is. You have to look at it from what is the best tank for this country. So, for example, Leopard 2 is the best tank for Germany. It's great cross-country. It's fast. It's got a good gun on it. They have it all about the maneuverability fight. The Israelis, when they're looking at what makes a good tank for them, they basically had the shock cal during the 60s and 70s. They loved the whole Chieftain's layout, but it wasn't the best tank for them. It was a good vehicle, but not the best. So they took the best elements from that and started developing the Merkava from it. And what they focused on, the best tank for them would be one that would prioritize 2 things. Survivability and firepower. Maneuverability is not so great on Merkava. It's a little slower than some of the main European battle tanks. It doesn't need to be fast. That's the whole point. It needs to allow its mechanized infantry to stay with it at all times.
Well, it's one of the most interesting things about the way Israel fights is the fact that they can mobilize a huge reserve pool. They have quite a small population, but they can mobilize a huge portion of their population to go and fight really goddamn quickly. Right, Viper. Now, as I was saying, this is one I built for this, and I built it slightly wrong because it's got the 2.
4. You put 4 on when
it shows 2 on the box. I'm not sure if that's a huge thing, if anyone would be annoyed at me for playing with this as it is, but it's a nice simple kit. It goes together really well, and once you get some paint down on it, it gets up and running really quickly. I am very curious to see how you would paint the Merkava 2, because I know there is a particular color, a particular Israeli grey.
Yes, I have a color from AK Interactive called Israeli Sinai Grey, and I think it's the correct color for the 2s.
I see.
So,
all right, well, let's have a quick look at the stat cards because we have them here. So
yes,
give me Merkava. Oh, mama. Okay, so it gets hit on a 4. Front armor 19 is great. Side armor 7, it's okay.
Top armor 2 is quite important.
I'm guessing for mortars?
Yeah, artillery and stuff will not hit you as hard with that.
Although that main weapon, 40-inch range, halter and moving, you always get 2 shots.
Yes.
Anti-tank 19 and a 2-up, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, the firepower 2-up is something that's really important with Merkava. What makes it a tank that is able to compete with a load of the big Soviet stuff, particularly, we'll get to that. What makes them important over the likes of the Soviet stuff, the T-72 is a firepower 2-up as well, but it's only 1 shot moving and 1 shot stationary.
Yeah, so that firepower is really kicking in.
Yep, so that's where you see the Merkava and the more modern built tanks really showing their colors. Leopard 2, for example, Leopard 2 is a ridiculous battlefield sniper. Merkava is good at both. It's good at sitting back and being the maneuver, the maneuver attack.
Yeah, although looking at this, 3 Merkavas for 21 points.
Yes.
You are going to have a very small elite force that's just going to hammer stuff. And then some of the special rules on here. So it's brutal. So infantry and unarmored tank teams reroll successful saves. so it makes it harder for them to actually stay in there. Laser rangefinders, no to hit penalty for range over 16. That's excellent. It's stabilized, so tactical speed is 14 inches, getting a +1 penalty to hit.
Yep.
Machine guns cannot shoot, and team cannot assault if it moves more than 10 inches. That's still not bad.
No.
And it's got side armor 13 against heat weapons.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's because of the type of armor, like it's explosive
BDD
reactive
armor.
or BDD, yeah.
Yeah, anti-helicopter, it can shoot helicopters as well. That's just lovely.
Yep, which is another reason for putting the .50 on the gun mantlet.
Yeah.
So that is Merkava 2. Let's compare it to Merkava 1.
Thank you. All right, so let's have a look here. So instantly your armor's a little worse.
Yep.
Your gun is just as good.
Yep.
Still hit on a 4. So yeah, it's really just a little bit of a change in the armor. The real test is, what's the points difference? You're saving 3 points. It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad
Not
at all.
You know, and 2 points on 2. So it's 1 point different, and it's still got a lot of the same stuff. It's got bazooka skirts. Side armor is increased to 10 against heat weapons.
Yep.
So there's a bit of a difference there as well. So it's really just easier to kill, and you'll maybe squeeze in an extra tank across your entire force.
Yep. So the bazooka skirts are basically what you see on the sides of the likes of chieftains and stuff like that. It's just a flat metal plate. The difference with BDD armor is that when you see on the Merkava 2, it has all that explosive reactive stuff and that composite boxes on the side of the hull, which help with that.
I see. All right, Viper then. I would like to see what it does. I am curious to see if it does anything different. So the Viper, it's getting hit on a 4. It's got an aircraft save of 5. It can move unlimited, which is lovely.
All helicopters, yep.
It's got an improved tool missile. Anti-tank 21.
Yes.
Wow.
Guided and heat.
Yep, and it's a 3+ on the firepower. It's got a little Gatling gun on there, which has got nice 6 shots. Anti-tank is 6, 5 up firepower, not bad. And it's got a little rocket launcher on there, which is a salvo. So some nice stuff on that. Any cool special rules? Guided and heat, we know. Hunter Killer can be concealed by tall terrain within 4 inches.
Yep.
Can remain gone to ground when moving.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's the whole attack helicopters are low and fast.
Now here's an important thing. So the M159 rocket launchers can only be fired once per game.
Yep.
But it's also got thermal imaging. Roll 2 dice for night visibility and choose the highest score. No to hit penalties for night and smoke. It's got some good stuff on there.
Yeah, it does. So a nice high-tech helicopter to run with a nice high-tech main battle tank as well.
I think out of all the factions that have came out over the years, I think this is the one that is really tempting me. Low model count.
Yes, low model count.
Looks to be easy enough to paint, and it looks like it's god-awful to play against.
Yeah, it can be. I will throw a bunch of chieftains and leopard 2s at you and see what you think of it. So.
Well, if I can build enough of a force here, but I doubt if I'll need that much.
You'll be fine.
All right, everybody, I tell you what, drop your comments in below. Tell us what you think of the Israeli force for Team Yankee. Myself and John will move on. We'll see you again soon.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.